Here's 10 reasons why I believe the United States is a failed state. Number 1. In 2017, the United Nations did a special investigation into conditions of poverty in the United States and found that 5.3 million Americans live in, quote, conditions of third world extreme poverty. Number 2. Despite only having 5% of the world's population, the United States currently has 25% of the world's incarcerated citizens. And such citizens are forced into slave labor, where they are paid pennies on the hour. Number 3. Despite having a huge mental health crisis, mental health in the United States is either criminalized, largely ignored, or, for the lucky few, treated like a subscription model-based service that you can sign up for in order to receive wellness guides, in order to go back to your ritualistic, performative life of creating profit for shareholders. Number 4. Because the U.S. operates within a consumptive-based economy, we manufacture scarcity through things like planned obsolescence and wanton destruction of otherwise usable goods, which leads to the further degradation and acceleration of climate change. Number 5. The United States has the largest wealth inequality of any nation, not just in the world, but in the history of the world, which means that we have people with multi-mega yachts, many different mansions, and people starving in the street. Number 6. What any other developed nation would call corruption, we call lobbying. Many of these corporate lobbyists write the actual legislation that the politicians pass, and through the revolving door, said politicians can then go get a wealthy job at the corporation once they're finished with their job. That's called corruption. Number 7. Education in the United States treats schools like indoctrination centers that reinforce cultural hegemony. And post-secondary education is a way to force people into debt traps for the majority of their life. Number 8. The United States is neo-empire that uses the largest military in the history of the world to control and enslave the majority of the rest of the world, either economically or through direct force. And we have committed the vast swath of the world's war crimes the last 100 or so years. Number 9, and though we briefly touched on this before on the list, climate change. The United States is completely inept in addressing climate change issues and actively worsens and is the largest contributor to worsening climate conditions. And last but not least, the United States guarantees no basic necessities for any of its citizens. No housing guarantees, no water guarantees, no food guarantees. You basically have access to these things, which means if you can't afford them, you die. And that rounds out the list. Follow for the next one, and add anything you think I missed in the comments. See you next time.